Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hopefully you are fine and you are staying home during this outbreak of deadly virus. So today we'll talk about a poem, and the poem's title is September 1, 1939. It is written by W. Soren. So from the very title you understand that September 1, 1939. So do you remember anything? Can you connect the year 1939? So actually it's about Second World War. So the poet writes the poem just before a prior time of the Second World War. So we'll see the reflection of the state of mind of the people just before of Second World War. So let's recite the poem. I sit in one of the dives on 52nd Street, uncertain and afraid, as the clever hopes expire of a low dishonest decade. Waves of anger and fear circulate over the bright and darkened lands of the earth, obsessing our private lives. The unmentionable author of death offends the September night. So actually it's a long poem, around 9 stanza there and 100 lines. But in your textbook, only the first stanza is mentioned. So with this first stanza, we can understand many things. We can get the entire idea of the poem. So let's go through the paraphrase. The first line says, I sit in one of the dives. Poet বলছেন যে আমি একটা পানশালায় বসে আছি, বারে বসে আছি on 52nd Street. This is the location of the street, dives. Like 52 নম্বর স্ট্রিটের সেই পানশালায় তিনি বসে আছেন. Uncertain and afraid. This state of his mind. He's uncertain and scared as the clever hopes expire. সব সুচতুর আশাগুলো শেষ হয়ে গিয়েছে, ফুরিয়ে গিয়েছে. Of a low dishonest decade. And for this reason, he terms this decade as dishonest. Later it says, waves of anger and fear circulate over the bright. যা কিছু উজ্জ্বল, যা কিছু আলোকিত, তার মধ্য দিয়ে anger and fear, রাগ এবং ভয়, এগুলো প্রবাহিত হচ্ছে. And darkened lands of the earth, এবং পৃথিবীর ভূখণ্ডকে অন্ধকারাচ্ছন্ন করে দিচ্ছে. And obsessing our private lives, এবং আমাদের ব্যক্তিগত জীবনকে প্যারালাইজ করে দিচ্ছে, আবিষ্ট করে দিচ্ছে. The unmentionable author of death offends the September night. So অসংখ্য মৃত্যুর গন্ধ, মৃত্যুর হাতছানি সেপ্টেম্বর নাইটগুলোকে কলুষিত করে দিচ্ছে. So September, actually 1939 September mentioned here. That be time the Second World War was about to start. This is the paraphrase of the poem. So he describes actually the prior condition of Second World War. How is the condition of the people's mind and what he thought actually that be time. So if you're asked to write the theme, so what to write? So let's go to the theme. So in case of theme, you to write, the poem depicts the uncertainty and fear against the outbreak of Second World War. So poet actually describes the unstable condition of mind and fear, and it's the prior time of Second World War. Sitting in a bar, poet observes the panic-stricken people. So he actually was sitting there and experiencing the people who were the actual victims of Second World War, and those people, he says, have lost their mind, and they're out of their mind, and so all of the hopes and aspirations of future development diminish away. So as panic everywhere, there's uncertainty, there is fear, anger. That's why he says that the future actually is gonna be faded. All hopes and aspirations gonna be faded. He terms the decade as a dishonest decade, and for this reason he finds the decade as dishonest. Mondo. The poet says how anger and fear are darkening the lands of the earth and paralyzes the people's private lives. So apart from this, he sees how anger and fear কিভাবে রাগ এবং ক্রোধ পৃথিবীর ভূখণ্ডকে অন্ধকারচ্ছন্ন করে দিচ্ছে and paralyzes the people's private lives, মানুষের ব্যক্তিগত জীবনকেও অচল করে দিচ্ছে. And he sees nothing is around but the odor of death which disturbs the September night. চারপাশে কিছুই দেখছেন না, কেবল মৃত্যুর হাতছানি, মৃত্যুর গন্ধ, যেগুলো সেপ্টেম্বর নাইটকে আতঙ্কিত করে তুলছে এবং ভীত করে তুলছে. That's all about for today. Thank you so much.